Good evening. Well, I've read in the paper today, I didn't see anything on the news, but I think it was the Daily Mirror, that Crossbow man, the guy who was accused of attempting to assassinate the Queen of England,
Oh dear.
at Christmas Day 2 years ago.
Was it 2 years ago?
21, I think.
Wow, time flies. I'd forgotten all about
So
it.
he's obviously been in jail for like
So he's done
nearly 2 years.
He's done 4 years.
Well, nearly. And he got 9 years apparently at the Old Bailey. And I thought, well, and he's there going, I've come to kill the Queen.
Oh dear.
They go, you're under arrest.
Oh dear. Did he say that in court?
No, he said it at the time of his arrest.
Right.
He actually dressed like a ninja, all in black, and with a mask and everything, and his crossbow. And he'd scaled the wall of
Windsor Castle.
Windsor Castle, yeah.
Had he actually scaled the
He'd
wall?
actually got into the castle with his crossbow, and it was cocked, and the safety catch was off.
Yeah.
And the Queen and the royal family were actually in the castle at the time. So he got quite close. And then he was apprehended by members of the law enforcement community. And I thought to myself, well, he's not a very good assassin then, is he? I mean, did he only have one bolt? I mean, surely, you know, if you were an assassin, I mean, I don't know, maybe I watched too many films, but surely if you were a real assassin, you'd have more than one bolt. And if the law enforcement tried to capture you, you'd attempt to evade capture by, I don't know, shooting the coppers or something. You know, I don't know what they were, real assassins. What would James Bond do if it was him? And anyway, all he did was shout, "I've come to kill the Queen," or something like that. And then they
that'll do the
threatened
trick.
him with tasers and cuffed him up. And he spent the last couple of years in Broadmoor, which is a place for dangerous loonies.
I did read the psychiatrist said he didn't believe he was insane. He believed he was lucid.
He was only about
sufficiently
21, something like that, you know, but he's
that's
not an assassin, he's a wannabe assassin.
attempted. The thing is,
I don't even think he attempted, because if he'd have fired and missed, you could say, all right, he was an attempted assassin.
well, he intended.
Well, I'm sure he did, but he didn't actually get that far, did he? So I would say wannabe. But go on, sorry.
It doesn't matter, Graham. He's got a cocked crossbow. It's not just the Queen.
It doesn't look good.
It's not just the Queen and the royal family. People live in Windsor. There are police officers. There are human beings. That is a very dangerous situation. And I think if you studied the case, I'm sure that must have been brought up in court, that it wasn't just the threat to the royal family, that it was a public threat. The thing that I find very sad is if he was only 21, what drove him to do that? What kind of a life, what kind of circumstances has he been through? And more to the point, what a waste of his youth now, isn't it?
Yeah.
How old is he? He'd be 23 now. So he's
Yeah.
3 years older than our Ben.
And he's got
He's
another...
a year older than
He's got
Faye.
another couple of years to do, hasn't he?
I mean,
He's-
that's just awful. Has he got a mum? Is his mum
No,
alive?
I
That
don't
must
know.
just be dreadful for her.
There was a guy years ago, he got 5 years because he had a blank firing pistol when the Queen was riding her horse down the mall.
that
I
was
think it was
decades
Trooping
ago.
of the Colour, something like that. And he fired 6 shots from his blank gun.
Yeah.
Police all jumped on him and he got 5 years for that.
But
Only difference is there because he couldn't actually kill the Queen with a blank gun, no matter how hard he tried, unless he threw it at her and she fell off her horse. But this guy had a real weapon that could definitely kill someone without a doubt.
if a person, if we were to run out in the street now, even with a harmless toy gun, and start threatening people, you would get lifed up for that. Because the person doesn't know it's a blank firer. The person doesn't know it's a toy.
Yeah.
It's the fear you put into another person. I just think it's tragic and it's a shame all round. And what on earth has he achieved? He hasn't even got 15 minutes of fame. I saw his outfit at the time and it sort of reminded me of one of the superhero characters in Gotham. Wasn't there one with a bow and arrow? He wore green. And it was a very similar outfit to that, and I wonder if the kid had been watching...
Robin Hood or something.
No, it wasn't Robin Hood. Some of these guys will know who that was. It was definitely in the Gotham TV series, or was it in Superman or something? You know, it's one of these where all the superheroes are all friends. Could have been Smallville. Yeah, I think it was Smallville. The Green Arrow or something like that it was called. Well, it's just tragic, isn't it? His family must be just horrifying.
Yeah.
Horrifying. I hope he gets out. And
I
I
can't
hope he
remember
has,
his name. It was something, looked Indian.
I think he said he was Indian Sikh, and then he said something like Sith. I don't know, a variation of Sikh, and maybe his mind was bent by social media.
I don't know. No
Which
idea.
is very sad. Very, very
But
sad.
the moral of the story is
Don't run around with a crossbow.
anywhere near the monarch, ever.
Or anywhere near anybody ever.
Especially not the monarch.